Hmm. Hopefully, there is sound now. Yeah, I think we are good to go. Yeah, Pav, if you can hear me, excellent. So yeah, going back to this. Sorry about that little technical difficulties. Things happen at the end of the day. Uh, Yeah, so Calvin Phillips to Manchester City is the first news we were talking about. Great signing, 45 million, 26 years old, not bad at all. Uh, Signed from Leeds as well, replacing Fernandinho. He has taken the number 23 shirt as his own at Leeds and opted to a fresh start with the number 4, last worn by Man City by Vincent Company, replacing a legend. He has some big shoes to fill because Vincent Company, everybody remembers him. And yeah, um, I think this is going to be a very, very good signing for Man City as well. 26 years old, getting up there, 26, 27. That's the age where they hit their prime as well. But yeah, that's the news about Manchester City. Next, we are going on to Arsenal, who has signed Gabriel Jesus. They took a bit of time to actually announce this. To be fair, it was announced the same day as Calvin Phillips was. However, Calvin Phillips was announced after Gabriel Jesus, and if I'm being honest, the Calvin Phillips news completely drowned the Gabriel Jesus deal. To be fair, but yeah, all in all, Arsenal have completed the signing of Gabriel Jesus from Man City for a reported fee of around £45 million. He will be replacing Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang and Alexander Lacazette, who have subsequently left the club. And Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang joining Barcelona in January, and Lacazette joining Lyon after running his contract down at Arsenal. Uh, he has been the main target early as in January. They missed out on the signing of Dusan Vlahovic. We saw that happening. They tried, and they tried their best to sign Dusan Vlahovic, but at the end of the day, that didn't come to fruition. Vlahovic ended up at Juventus. So in his final season at City, he played around 1,878 minutes, 864 which came on the right wing, 891 through the middle. He is quite a versatile player, can play on the right, can play centrally as well. Ended up the season with 8 goals, four of which did come in one game against Watford. I mean, I'm a Chelsea fan. Mason Mount scores those types of, scores against Norwich about 6 goals, and I don't complain. At the end of the day, it is what it is. I think he's going to be a great signing for Arsenal. However, yeah, it also goes on to say, but Arsenal fans should not be put off by Jesus' lack of goals, as he played a more unselfish role in Pep Guardiola's system, also adding 8 assists, with only Kevin De Bruyne and Raheem Sterling directly involved in more goals at City. Bukayo Saka, 11 goals, 7 assists, was the only Arsenal player to be directly involved in more Premier League goals last season than Jesus, which was 16. So 11. So that's Bukayo Saka only has 2 goal contributions more than Gabriel Jesus. So Jesus might actually help Arsenal in the long run. We just have to wait and see. Gabriel Martinelli has around 12 and Emil Smith Rowe about 12, but we did see that he died off in the latter part of the season or the second part of the season. Emil Smith Rowe came off the bench, scored some goals as well, which was pretty good. Since making his debut in 2017, Jesus scored around 58 goals in the Premier League, all of which have come from inside the penalty area, which is good. So basically, he is a finisher. That just goes to show that he is a finisher out there as well. So in the 21-22 campaign, Jesus overtook Tim Cahill, 56, as the player with the most Premier League goals who scored exclusively from inside the penalty area. A true fox in the box. Huh? I like that saying. A true fox in the box. Furthermore, to those 58 goals have come from average of 0.53 per 90 minutes. Uh, the eighth best among the Premier League players with at least 3,300 minutes since his debut. But he is not only a goal scorer, he's also an assister, which is a chance creator. Out of 151 chances created, 28 of which were big chances, and 196 out of 319 dribbles were completed. However, I do have some breaking news. This is breaking news. So yeah, the breaking news is Christian Eriksen's 3-year contract at Manchester United is drawn up currently. So this is something that is very interesting for Manchester United fans out there. Let us know how you think and feel about this. Uh, this is coming from James Ian Robson as well. So he is a verified journalist as well. So that is great news for Manchester United fans out there. As a Chelsea fan, I should know. Um, yeah. So Arsenal's technical director Edu admitted Jesus is the player that the club has been looking for a long time, and yep, so on and so forth. Uh, I followed Arsenal when I was a young boy because of Henri. Obviously, I did not know many European teams, but when I saw some of the players that played here, I was like, wow, this is a big club. When I played against Arsenal, I was looking at the Emirates, and it was a very good stadium, and I'm very excited to play here. I'm also happy to sign for this big club. Uh, to be fair, this is what I think of that. Since day one, when I knew I could come and play for Arsenal, I was happy. I know the staff, I know some players, the Brazilian ones. I know there are a lot of top players. They are young and still, and I'm still young as well. I'm so happy to be here to help. I come to help. I learn as well as try to do my best. To be honest, I feel like there is a little pinch of salt in this, like saying, I'm happy to sign for this big club. I mean, you were playing for Manchester City. That club is big. You were winning as well. I think there is a little bit of shade thrown at Man City in this little thing as well, because he wanted to play a bigger part in Man City, and they went on and signed Haaland, as big clubs do, and that's what they do. Also, there were other clubs that were involved with Gabriel Jesus, but he wanted to play more regular team football, and fair play to Arsenal. They offered that to him, and they have signed a fantastic player. And we hope that you uh, get the best out of him. And congratulations to Gabriel Jesus for joining Arsenal, and hope you do well, bro. The next news that we are looking at is something left field. Better and more complete. Serbian FA president makes his pick between Dusan Vlahovic and Erling Haaland. The Serbian FA president, holy shit, Nenad, I can't say his name, has made the very bold claim that Dusan Vlahovic is a better and more complete player than Arsenal. Um, for 2 secs, let me go and see which country Vlahovic plays for. All right. He actually plays for Serbia. Obviously, the Serbian FA president Nedad, bloody hell, his name, he's gonna say this, at the end of the day. Obviously he can't say, I choose Erling Haaland over Dusan Vlahovic. How would Vlahovic feel? He's countryman. What an idiot. uh However, in saying that, yeah, so Vlahovic and Haaland are two of the best young strikers in the world right now, and they have, yeah, got their big opportunities to move to different clubs. Uh, he scored 29 goals in 27 games and got his move to Dortmund. Then 59 in 65 in Bundesliga. Dortmund really managing 83 goals in 87 appearances, and 59 in 65 in the Bundesliga alone, and so on and so forth. 22 this month, triggering his move to Manchester City. Vlahovic would already been a Premier League player, with the Gunners hoping to sign him in January, which we spoke about in the previous one. Uh, Born in 2000s calendar year, scoring 21 calendar years, scoring 33 goals in the Serie A, with only Lewandowski scoring 43 goals. He achieved those numbers while playing in Fiorentina, eventually signing for Juventus. Given the burden of replacing Cristiano Ronaldo scored goals, Vlahovic has scored 7 goals in 15 Serie A matches for Juventus, and will be looking to really get up and running in his first full campaign with the old lady. Um, I think so. I mean, 7 goals in 15 Serie A matches for Juventus is pretty good. I mean, as a Chelsea fan, bloody hell, 7 goals in 15 games for any of our strikers would be wonderful to see, to be fair. And it is what it is. So this is their striker template for 21-22 season. Erling Haaland's conversion rate is much better. Shots attempted is almost very similar. Touches in the opposition box is also very similar. The non-penalty XG Erling Haaland is high. Assist expected is also high. Passes into opposition boxes, Haaland has a little bit higher than Vlahovic, and possession won in the final third, Haaland has uh, higher as well. However, in saying this, Vlahovic and Erling Haaland almost equal in aerial duels won, as well as fouls won. Vlahovic is actually, you know winning it quite comfortably against Erling Haaland, even in take-ons attempted. Uh, and I see what he's saying. Vlahovic is more complete than Erling Haaland. However, I do not agree. Haaland is a monster of a player. So for me, he is the man. Erling Haaland. He has devastating power, pace, and he is just a lethal finisher. But I mean, I hope to see Vlahovic one day in the Premier League, and all the best for him for the upcoming season. Next up, we are looking at Chelsea star Kai Havertz. He's revealing his footballing idol and why he wears number 29. So, this has been making the rounds. I've seen this recently. He's doing something called Ask Kai in Twitter. So the 25-year-old German international was answering fans on his Twitter page. He made that revelation. Uh, Although predominantly a deep lying forward who is also capable of playing across the front line, Havertz squad number 29 has been the case since 2016, when he representing his boyhood club Bayer Leverkusen. uh, da, 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 Traditional figure says here, me and my brother used number 29 when we created ourselves on FIFA 05. Oh, after registering 46 goals and creating 31 more across 150 appearances for Leverkusen, a host of super clubs were pushing for his signature when he opted for Chelsea. He's gradually developed into a reliable presence. I absolutely love Kai Havertz, the way he plays. I think He has come leaps and bounds this last season as well. I hope that he gets into even better numbers next season. So he reveals his favorite player that he from his childhood, which is Ronaldinho. Oh, that's nice to see. Hope he plays like Ronaldinho as well. You can see some tricks and some flicks. Also, the most important thing, uh, the output. So, coming on to some reports from the Athletic, this has been making the main rounds. Should Chelsea sign Cristiano Ronaldo? This has been making the rounds uh, this few days. I mean, it has made Manchester United fans go into some weird frenzy. Chelsea fans are like, about it. I just think it's this. I just don't want Cristiano Ronaldo at Chelsea, to be honest. Even for 1 year, at the end of the day, I think we should go for younger players at this moment in time. Uh, I don't be, like, all in all, I'm not saying that he can't do a job. He will do a fantastic job up front, but that is not what we want. We want something different up front if we are going to be signing. But going on to Simon Johnson's article about you don't get many chances to sign one of the greatest players of all time. Has 698 club goals and 5 Champions League titles to his name. I mean, 100%. When Todd Bowley, Chelsea's new co-owner, met with Cristiano Ronaldo's agent last year, it sparked speculation about the possibility of the Portugal captain moving to Stamford Bridge. Since then, it has emerged that the 37-year-old wants to leave Manchester United. Should a suitable offer come in because of his desire to play in the Champions League next season? Uh, on Monday, the Athletic revealed Chelsea are giving the signing serious consideration. Since then, I have seen many things come out saying that it would be Thomas Tuchel who would make the final call on any of these things anyway. There also has been Neymar links as well, so it's Thomas Tuchel's call at the end of the day. Unlike Manchester United, Chelsea can offer him top tier European football given Chelsea's struggles up front. That's, of course, true. In the previous 2 seasons, their highest scorers in the Premier League were Jorginho with 7 and Mason Mount with 11. It is an option many football fans will think the club are right to be tempted by. To be honest, yes. But should they or shouldn't they? I don't think we should. Let's start with the positives. You know, at the end of the day, I can tell you the positives. He'll bring in massive sales into the club. He'll grow, their online presence by so many. He'll add in the goals as well. But at the end of the day, he will only be here for 1 year. But that is not what we want. We want a different type of a player. I would much rather prefer uh, a Rafinha or a Dembele. Also, it's a little bit of a weird situation. However, if it's gonna be between Ronaldo, Rafinha, Dembele, I would most likely take Rafinha because he is somebody who is coming up to his prime, and he's ready to go as well at the end of the day. However, in saying that, I'm not going to say that Ronaldo is going to do bad. He will do very well. To be honest, I think he might be the only person who might break the bloody number 9 curse at Chelsea as well. But for me, I don't think this is a starter, but it's a great article by Simon Johnson. Please go give it a read as well. On to the next, Chelsea's transfer strategy. Tuchel's influence, hands-on Bowley, and data-led transfers. So this was an interesting read. I read through this article yesterday, and it says in here that obviously Todd Bowley is operating as the interim sporting director until the club is gonna be renaming a full-time replacement. Uh, They are looking at Michael Edwards and Paul Mitchell for this role. And right now, Todd Bowley listens to what Thomas Tuchel wants, and Thomas Tuchel goes, and Todd Bowley goes and does the negotiation. Um, a lot of people were talking about how does Thomas Tuchel identify his talents and all these other things because he doesn't have a great talent ID. I am not one to speculate or anything, but I did read a report somewhere else saying that uh, Thomas Tuchel is the using the data analyst that he used in Borussia Dortmund to identify the talent. So he gives his metrics and they spit out something, and that's what he gives Todd, and Todd Bowley goes and does his thing. So that's basically what is happening right now. Um, One of the key things that is being focused on is the transition to a different formation as well. However, in this it goes on to also say like letting the granting of the transfer of Romelu Lukaku to Inter Milan as well, because at the end of the day Romelu was being in a very toxic, like he was being a very toxic player for us, and letting him go, that is a massive L for us. Letting him go for like 8 million or something like that when we bought him for like 100 odd million, it's a massive L for us at the end of the day. But Petacek and Marina, all the good they have done, they were going to keep him for one more year, but that is not properly backing our manager. um, by doing this, it has actually shown you know a lot of faith that is put on Thomas Tuchel as well. So I am very happy about that. Even though we are taking the L on it, however, it is something that needed to be done, and it has been done as well. And yeah, so going on about it, the first opportunity here we are. The first opportunity, it used to be a 3-4-2-1, and however, uh, Tuchel is looking for more signings that will ease the transition to a different system, and more specifically, that he wants to play a back four. The shift would create more opportunities to deploy a true wide attackers. Hence, we are looking at Sterling as well as Rafinha. Uh, Tuchel's decided to have an aggressive winger at his disposal. There is even a possibility that a 4-4-2 could be used. So with Raheem Sterling deployed more centrally. So what I believe what is going to happen in this is a 4-4-2 in the sense of like a 4-2-2. So back 4-2 and then 2 and then 2. So basically making it a 4-4-2. You can say whatever you want. But we did see the 4-2-2 deployed last season as well in certain games. I did like the way we were playing. It was pretty good. And if that's what he wants, and that's why he's looking at players like Mattis Delict, Thiago Silva is getting up in age as well. I don't know any other, like we are linked with Nathan Ake and every defender on planet Earth, Koulibaly and everything. So I hope that changes, and we can start signing players pretty quickly. This is actually a very 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 good uh, article to read. The best transfer, no guarantees of success. Decide like the one of the most important thing is Chelsea are moving very decisively and very impressively. If because we have the money right now, we are putting it up, showing what we can do, and that's how big boys are supposed to act. Bowley came in, put on his big boy pants, and slapped 60 million at Leeds United, and Leeds United was like, oh, you know we kind of like this. So that's some of the good things that are happening in Chelsea. So let's move on to the last news that I have for you today, and it's another Chelsea. It's another Chelsea news. Let me take this in. AC Milan are working on a loan deal for Hakim Ziyech. I have read this report in many places where it is going to be something like a loan deal and with an obligation to buy. Um, I actually like Hakim Ziyech. I think, he could have been very, 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 very good for Chelsea. But before going on to that, we have some more breaking news. Chelsea Football Club has announced the signing of uh, the newest signing on a 3-year deal, Katerina Svitkova, on a 3-year deal, and they are very delighted to confirm this is going to be the third signing that the women's team have made. And Emma Hayes, she is doing an absolutely fantastic job. I seen uh, an article by Ben Jacobs, who has been really reliable this season as well. Uh, mentioning about her, she's a versatile player, can play in as a wing back as well. Scored around 180 something odd goals for like Sparta Prague or something like that. A really, really amazing player uh, that we have signed. However, the AC Milan deal. Coming back into Hakim Ziyech. AC Milan are working on a deal to sign Hakim Ziyech from Chelsea Football Club. The Serie A champions are currently discussing a loan deal with Chelsea as they bid to bring the Moroccan international to the San Siro. He was purchased for a fee around 40 million from Ajax. Last season, he featured 14 times under Thomas Tuchel, scoring 8 times as Chelsea finished third in the Premier League. The 29-year-old has rejected a call up for Morocco last season and has announced his international retirement in February 22 after a falling out with his manager. Milan are looking to build on last season as they captured their 19th Serie A title and their first since 2010-2011 campaign, and have now moved on to bring in Hakim Ziyech. I've heard the deal is going to be around 5 to 8 million, and an obligation to buy at around 20 million. Chelsea want around 24 million, but they are, trying to figure something out in this. However, if this happens, obviously I am going to be pretty sad that Hakim Ziyech is going to go to AC Milan. I wanted him to succeed. However, at the end of the day, if we are getting rid of Hakim, means that Chelsea are going to sign another player. So for me, I am okay with that. So at the end of the day, it is what's best for the club. So if what's best for the club is Hakim moving on, uh, that is what's best for the club. So good luck to Hakim if he makes his transition to AC Milan. I did see him in preseason at Chelsea, but good luck, Hakim, and we hope to you know see you in the Champions League next season. Oh, but it's on loan. You might not see. Hopefully, we'll see you the season afterwards. Uh, with that, that is the roundup on the news. Thank you all for joining in. Sorry about the technical difficulty at the start of the stream, but goodbye, God bless, and good night, and see you next week with another episode of the Weekly News Show.